Hey everyone, today we are going to do a very soft, neutral look using a brand new to me palette. It's not brand new, it's been around forever, but it is so easy to use, so pretty on, so versatile. So I can't wait to show you how that happened. I know it doesn't look like much, but there's a lot going on. A new to me lipstick that I'm very much excited about from Nars. It's not new either. And a brand new foundation that everyone has been talking about on the internet, and I'm finally getting here to tell you all about it. This video is sponsored by Nordstrom. I am a Nordstrom beauty brand ambassador and very honored to be sharing monthly with you some hints, some tips, some tricks, reviews of beauty products that you can find at Nordstrom. So without further ado, let's take all of this off and start from scratch, and we will do a little bit of chit-chatting. So let's get started with the makeup, and my plan is just to do a little bit of chit-chatting as we go, talk about whatever crosses my mind. So first thing you should probably notice is my face. Can you see the rings? You can really see it, I think, more here on this face. It looks like I've had goggles on. I have. I am less than a week out from having my final laser treatment to address my melasma and hyperpigmentation, and I've done a whole separate video on that, and ideally it's gonna go up later this week. I'm just waiting for my skin to finish healing up. There were some dry patches that I couldn't stop myself from picking, which is where you see the red bits. It's supposed to only get better over the next couple of weeks, so keep your eyes posted for that video. But I am going to start, as I always start, with my under eye corrector. Now this is not a concealer, although if you don't have bad circles or bags, it definitely could do so. This is the under eye corrector that I have used for years. I swear by it. I did film a dupes video for last month's Nordstrom Beauty video, and that's coming up soon. But I can give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. I could not find a dupe that I loved as much as the original. I think it is so worth it, especially if you have older skin or very dry under eye skin. So you can see how much that brightened right there. Now I'm gonna try a new technique to me. I'm basically trying to replicate a look I wore yesterday, which you didn't actually see. And I know Lisa D1 has been doing it as well. That's where I got the idea from. And it's to put concealer on before you put the foundation on. And for that I'm going for what's probably my everyday concealer that I don't talk about very much. And I'm sorry, you could probably hear the lawn equipment. Hang on. I use this all the time. I just rarely talk about it. I do actually really like the stick concealer I've been using more lately from Clé de Peau, but I feel like it's a thicker concealer and that works better when you're putting it on top of foundation. The texture is very different than the foundation I'm using, so I'm not gonna use it for this technique. I think this more liquidy foundation, although it's getting old, so it's a little thicker. I think this will work better is what I'm trying to say. She was really aggressive on my face this last time. I think because she knew I was pretty much done. I still have some spots that are still coming off. Anyway, where was I going with this? So I did have some more redness than I've had from the first two treatments, but I am less than a week out, so I'm really pleased. And once I wear makeup, you really can't see it. And if I had restrained myself and not picked my face, you definitely wouldn't have been able to see it. So I'm not too worried about it being perfectly covered because I am going in with a new to me foundation, and unless you have not watched any YouTube videos in the last 2 months, you'll know about this one. It's the newest one from Nars. It is their light reflecting foundation. I sat on the fence between this one and the Charlotte Tilbury one that everybody's talking about. The more people talk about it, the less interested I was in trying it. I got a sample of the Charlotte Tilbury. I ended up buying this one, so I think that tells you which one I like better. I wear it in the shade Yukon. And I will tell you this, at first it was hard to get a shade match because I kept reaching for the shades I traditionally wear, like Mont Blanc. Sometimes I wear Gobi. This line of foundation from Nars runs way more yellow. And Yukon is very much a pink or cool toned undertone. And so I thought there's no way. Well, this is an absolute perfect shade match for me. Like, I've never seen anything like it. And I am generally more of a neutral tone person, or even I can do more warmer undertones, but On this one, it's just, even the woman at the makeup counter was amazed at how nicely this went on. Now I probably put way, way, way too much. This blends like a dream. It has medium buildable coverage, so you could definitely get more full coverage if you wanted. It is a, I'd say natural finish. It's not matte. It has some radiance to it, but it's not as glowy as other products, so I don't think of it as glowy. There are some skincare properties to this, but I think I've been pretty clear on how I feel about that, considering I put it over, oh shoot. I was so excited to sit down and start filming this video that I skipped a step. This is what I wore yesterday, this Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer, and my skin, it sat on my skin so beautifully. I don't always reach for primer, but when I had those dry patches, I felt like I needed another layer. You know what, it's good that I'm not wearing this because it'll give you a true idea of how this sits on my skin without anything in between. But I was going to say, generally, skincare properties in my foundation or makeup are not a big thing for me because I have so much skincare on already and then layered under SPF, and then in this case there would have been primer. Like, what's it really gonna, I don't know. So, I don't know why I just added more. I'm so excited about this foundation. Look at how flawlessly it covers. And it lasted so nicely on my skin yesterday. See, there's still a little texture, which I'm sure the camera is not picking up like I wish it was. There's a slight gleam to the skin, but it's not crazy. So that is the basic part done. Another thing I'm gonna do first is do contouring before I jump into any more pinpoint concealing, although I don't know that I'm gonna, maybe just a little bit here. So back in with this. This is the Westman Atelier contour stick, and I have, I mean, look what I've done to this thing. If this is not proof that I have been using this to death, I don't know how I broke it. I think I hope this works. Uh-oh, I broke some of it off, no. I will happily buy another one. I love this so much. I think I overextended it and I put the cap on. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, oh no, is order more. But I'm gonna use my finger to apply it. That works too. Contour the nose. Good, this gives me an excuse to order another Westman Atelier product at Nordstrom. Their gloss. I've never loved a gloss like I love the Westman Atelier gloss. We will be visiting that at the end. Wow, I've never put this on with my fingers before. It's really creamy this way. I assure you, I will be getting every last bit out of this. I could also use a brush. I'm being a little bit difficult here. I'm just quickly blending it in. This face contour stick, it's so easy to use when you don't break it, but even if you're using a brush or your finger to apply it, look how fast that blends. Gorgeous. And it dries down and it doesn't budge. You just cannot go wrong. It's so user-friendly, unlike some of the other cream bronzers I've used, which really take some effort. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with this and I'm just gonna pinpoint this little spot. Now, concealer's gonna get rid of color, but if there's texture, it's not. And I'm also gonna quickly off camera do my under eye concealer. Okay, now I am ready for powder. Back with another one that I have raved about for a long time. This is the By Terry Hyaluronic Loose Powder. Where is my little setting brush? And this I really just use underneath my eyes to set my concealer. But then for the rest of my face, because I don't want to lose that luminosity, instead of reaching for my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Blurring Powder, which I love, another oldie but goodie, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. Now this won't add any coverage like the Makeup Forever one will, which is fine. I don't need any more coverage. But see, you can still see the high points of my face still have a gleam to them. Now, bronzer, pulled this one out. So I've been doing a lot of reorganizing, a lot of purging of things, and I'm glad I'm doing it. I need to do it more because I'm finding stuff I kind of forgot I had, like this bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, which is so pretty, and I forgot how pretty it is. And what I really like about it is it works great on your face, but it's great on the body as well if you want to bronze up your shoulders, whatever. But also it works so nicely in the crease of your eyes. if you want a really simple, easy summer look. And I'm gonna bring this down my neck. Now for highlighter, I want it a little more subtle. So something else I kind of forgot I had is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have it in the shade 1. And the reason I pulled this out is 1, I recently uncovered it, and 2, I really wanted to focus where I was putting my highlighter when I had all the dry patches on my face, because I didn't want to emphasize any of that, and this is much more forgiving than powder. Look at how pretty, oh, I love it. I love how it gleams. I can't wait to share the eyeshadow palette I'm using. It's so subtle, but I think it's so pretty. And I can't believe I've waited this long to get it. There's a reason why I'm reaching for the next product. This is a Nars blush. Part of me was inspired to look at some more Nars products since I got the Nars foundation. This was actually sitting in my drawer. This is the world famous Orgasm blush, that beautiful peachy pink. I'm putting my blush on a little bit higher these days as my cheeks go lower. This helps balance that out, and I'm just doing a real subtle wash of color. You could definitely build it up if you want, but I personally like a subtle blush. I know some people love a stronger blush. My hair is something else today. I also had planned to wear a completely different top. We'll get to that at the end. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite t-shirts that I've ever owned, and I think it comes in 3 other colors, and it's back. They brought it back for spring. I'm definitely gonna go buy at least one more. I have it in a size small. It's the most lightweight, drapey, soft, like already worn in tee. And this looks like it's velvet because it's like a burnout, but it's not. It's the same material as the rest of the t-shirt. I love it. Okay, where was I? Brows, nothing special there. Today I'm going with a pencil because I want a slightly softer look. I have heard from a lot of you that you don't like it when people on YouTube do their brows. We definitely put on our brows off camera. Do their brows off camera because you actually want to know how to do it. So as interesting as I think this is, there you go. So I have a birthday coming up. It's not a big deal. I mean, I think all birthdays are worth celebrating because it means you're here to celebrate, you know what I mean? After the last couple of years, you should never take that for granted. So being here is nice, but it is my last birthday in my 40s. And people have been asking me what I want for my birthday, and I'm at a total standstill. I have no idea. There's like nothing I want. There's nothing I want. I don't know what's wrong with me. When it's not my birthday, I can give you a list 10 pages long. The birthday month, I'm at a blank. Now, Michael had wanted a new guitar, and it was actually sitting in the cart ready to go because his birthday was at the beginning of the month. And then at the last minute, he decided he wanted to add on to replacing our kitchen appliances. We had ordered, I guess you can't see it, but we had ordered a new stovetop back in, I think, August, and it's finally arriving next month. And so I was like, all right, if you want a refrigerator for your birthday, sure. And I said, but nothing's in stock. Well, we went on the website and things are coming back. So he got a new refrigerator. It's getting delivered, I think, this week as you're watching this video. And I decided for my birthday, I want a new wall oven so we can have a matching set. So if that doesn't say, hello, you are finally an old person, you are getting kitchen appliances for your birthday, well then I don't know what does. There's a reason I put on the Orgasm blush, and that's because I finally ordered the Orgasm satin lipstick from Nars, but I'm gonna wait until I do my eyes to put that on. But I just wanted to tie that in, not leave you hanging there. Okay, so face is done. I'm gonna move my brushes out of the way, and let's get to the eyes. I find this very exciting and yet very boring at the same time. I have never bought an eyeshadow palette, like a traditional eyeshadow palette from Lancome until now, and I wanted something super basic. So this is the shade French Nude. You're gonna look at this and go, Marnie, seriously? Like, why are you excited about this? It's so basic, but it's so pretty. Wait till you see it go on. And then I love this. Clinique does this too. It has on the mirror, it shows you where to put everything. Like, I know where to put everything, but yet it's really fun. And I'm going to do exactly what it says. So step 1 is the base, which is the lightest shade. And I'm just gonna put it all over the eye. Now I will say that the mirror part is annoying because the eyeball is right on it. So I'm gonna use this as my mirror and just gently sweep that And honestly, I don't really need to use a flat brush like this because it packs on a little more pigment. If you want it to be a more sheer wash of color, just use a fluffier brush. So on that goes. I personally love a very soft eye. Well, most of the time, who are we kidding? I never do like a strong smoky eye, but especially in the warmer weather, I prefer just like a wash of color on the lid, a little bit of brown or tan in the crease, maybe a brighter lip, although not today, and let the faux tan speak for itself. And that's kind of where I'm going here. Okay, so number 2 is this shimmery, really soft pink that is coming up white on camera. Ooh, it's pretty. This is so soft. I am gonna use the flat shader brush. Using a flat shader brush and packing it like that instead of swiping will definitely get you more color. And remember my trick to look head on with your eyes open so you can make sure that color is carried up over the hood. Okay, the next shade is more of a shimmer and it's called Touch of Light. It's not the actual shade name, it's called something else, but this is the Touch of Light and they want you to do that in the middle. And it's definitely a soft, shimmery shade. This is such a work appropriate look too. Also, these shadows, I just assume I don't know, I thought Lancome shadows, just because it's such a traditional looking pan, I just assumed they'd be more like a hard packed, not great shadow quality. They're beautiful. All right, it only took me half a century to get on board here. Okay, number 4 is, they're saying it's highlighter. It's this matte brown, but they're showing it like in the crease and the outer corner. So to me, that's not a highlighter, that's an outer corner. So going in with I think this is a MAC or a Sigma. It's a Sigma E25, which is like a MAC 217. I can't see in this thing. And I'm just gonna do it like it says in the outer corner, a little bit onto the lid, looking straight into the mirror, pull it up. So this is so soft and barely there, but I think it's so pretty. I think this would look so nice as is with a soft neutral lip, which is basically what I'm gonna do next. But if you wanted to rock a really strong lip, this is a great combo for that. It's so versatile. You could do this brown, like all over the lid if you wanted more of a smoky eye and flip things around. You don't have to follow the directions. Here's a departure. You know, I do not wear, let's blend this out a little bit more. You know I don't wear eyeliner. I haven't worn it in a while. I'm starting, not to rethink it, but add it in sometimes. So this last darkest shade, they're saying it's the liner shade. So they're only showing it at the very outer third. So that's where I'm going to put it. I just need a teeny tiny little brush. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that darkest brown color and actually pat it off. Ooh, it's very pigmented. Pat it off on the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna very lightly just do the very outer, a little bit under. What do we think? It's just a very subtle definition. I'm actually gonna go back and smudge. Do we like it? Can you even see it? Let me add a little bit more. It's been so long since I've tried liner. I like it. Huh. Sometimes it's nice to mix things up a bit. Definitely the wing. I can't do a wing with real liner, but I can fake one with shadow. It's much more forgiving. I'm going to quickly set my makeup with my little, I need to get a bigger one of these. Or fill it up. Okay, time out. Let me go get, what else can go not according to plan in this video? So many things. Hold please. Okay, that reminds me, I have a few things I need to add to my Nordstrom cart. I just do that as I'm thinking of things. I'll throw them in my cart. What did I just get on my face? And then I can always hit save for later if I don't want to order it that day, but at least it's sitting in my cart so I don't forget about it. So a while back I had asked for your input on your favorite setting spray, and overwhelmingly it was the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. So I want to order a new one because mine is long gone. I used Don't even know how many bottles of that up. What else was on my wish list? I'd love to know what you are eyeing, because if there's something that a lot of you are interested in, I will be happy to take one for the team, as they say, and order that and play with it on camera. By the way, it's not this, but Lancome just came out with a new version of their Lash Idole that is waterproof that I am excited to have for summer. I know what I want to talk to y'all about. I've talked about this a lot over on Instagram, and I promise I will make at least one video about this, but my hair journey. I'm sure I've made it very clear that I am very uncomfortable with the fact that my hair has been thinning, falling out, very self-conscious about it. I finally went to a dermatologist instead of an endocrinologist. She ran just the basic level blood tests, and it came back that my iron, my ferritin specifically, was very low. And that is generally the #1 cause for hair loss in women that have, like, that they can find a cause for. So we are addressing that. I'm taking iron supplements and a little TMI, stool softeners to go with that, as well as a couple other things we're playing with. I'll leave that for another video, but I am cautiously optimistic. It's gonna take a while if it works, because hair grows slowly, but I'm excited that we're tweaking some things that we may have found a reason. Okay, let's get to the lips. I am gonna line my lips today, but I wanna show you this. I love Nars packaging when it's new. It's so pretty when it's new. Then I get it all dirty and I ruin it. This is Orgasm Satin Lipstick. It is a sheer lipstick, and it looks really peach, but it's sort of one of those chameleon-like shade. So if I line my lips with pink and put pink gloss on, it's gonna look more pink. If I do it with a more neutral, like this one, it'll come across more peach. I am using the Laura Mercier Longwear Lip Liner in Baby Lips. I actually bought it last year for a Nordstrom video, and I really like it more for springtime. I do want to give a shout out to the lipstick that has been living in my purse though, and I could have worn it today. I've had this for a little bit. It's from MAC at Nordstrom, and it's part of their, I don't know, there's part of the collection, but that'll be down in the description box. But the actual shade is called Daddy's Girl, which is kind of weird, but it's such a pretty, easy spring pink that it's been living in my purse right now. It's nice and warm, mid-tone pink right there. Isn't that pretty? So I've been wearing that a lot, and this would actually look really good with my eyes and with the shirt I'm wearing, but I really wanted to wear the Orgasm, even though it doesn't match perfectly. I'm gonna make it work because it's such a pretty color. So let's slap that on top of the lip liner. See how subtle it is? This whole look is subtle. Of course, if you are more darker complected, which is pretty much everybody watching this video, these colors will stand out a little more for you. I just keep slathering it on because it feels really good. Okay, so obviously it's a little more peach, kind of clashes with my shirt, my earrings. I don't really care. I've talked about this when I purchased the contour stick. This was part of that Westman Atelier set. I have never loved a lip gloss as much as this. I don't understand. It's technically not a gloss. They say it's a balm. It's a liquid lip balm. And it's so pretty by itself that I just reach for it all the time. But I love layering it over lipstick too. It's so pretty. I have it in the shade Shoo Shoo. So this is the final look. I think it's so pretty and soft and girly and wearable. And yes, you could deepen everything up. You could, I'm just looking all over the place so you can see how it looks. You could brighten up the lipstick. You can, all of this is interchangeable, or even just working with the original palette, you can make things deeper or change the placement of the shadow to give yourself a whole other look. But that's what I love about it. It is so basic. There is nothing to this yet. It has so many combinations. It is so wearable. I don't know what took me so long to jump on this palette, but I'm so glad. Now let me address this shirt. So the shirt I picked to wear with this, that I purchased actually, is this one. I'm gonna put a graphic of the actual shirt, but it's a new release. It's from Vince Camuto. It's a satin matte fabric. I absolutely love it. I love these sleeves. The problem is, on the website, this is like a bright coral pink. It was beautiful, perfect, bright spring, summer top. This is is like a dull, what would you call this? Rosy pink coral? Like, it's just not the color I thought. So I'm returning it for one of the other colors. Let me put up the graphic. Help me decide. I love the bright blue. I love like that orchid purpley pink. I love the true pink. Those are the colors that are speaking to me. So I'm gonna bring this back and basically exchange it for one of those. Would love to know down in the comments below what you think. I am ready to get outside, enjoy some of this spring sunshine that we are finally having. Let me know what you think. Are you into this very soft, subtle look, or do you want a stronger, bolder eye? Also, let me know what products that you are looking at from Nordstrom, so maybe I can scoop some of those up and share them with you in a video soon. As always, thank you so much for watching today's video, for hanging out with me today. Thank you again to Nordstrom for sponsoring this, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!